What is the maximum allowable blood alcohol concentration for drivers 21 and older in California? 0.08%. This is the legal limit. Anything above this can result in a DUI charge. Next question coming up. When parking uphill on a two-way street with a curb, which direction should your front wheels face? Away from the curb. This ensures that if your car starts rolling, it will roll away from traffic. On to the next one. A solid yellow line next to a broken yellow line means vehicles on the side with the broken line may pass. You can pass if you're on the side with the broken line, but not if you're on the solid line side. Let's move to the next one. When are you required to turn on your headlights? 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise. This ensures you're visible to other drivers during low light conditions. Let's keep going. What is the maximum speed limit in most residential areas unless otherwise posted? 25 miles per hour. This limit helps reduce accidents in neighborhoods, especially near pedestrians. Next question. How far in advance should you signal before making a turn? At least 100 feet. This gives other drivers time to react and adjust their speed or position. Let's move to the next one. If a traffic signal is not functioning at an intersection, you should treat the intersection as a four-way stop. This ensures safety by allowing each driver to take turns. Next question coming up. Double parking is never allowed. It blocks traffic and creates hazards for other drivers. On to the next question. You must dim your high beam headlights when you are within how many feet of an oncoming vehicle? 500 feet. Dimming your lights prevents blinding other drivers and ensures safer driving. Next question. When entering a freeway from an on-ramp, you should adjust your speed to match the flow of traffic. This ensures a smooth and safe merge into the freeway. Moving on to the next question. A flashing red traffic signal at an intersection means stop completely, then proceed when safe. It's like a stop sign. Always come to a full stop and then proceed when clear. Let's keep going. A steady yellow traffic signal indicates that you should prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. It's a warning that the light is about to turn red, so slow down and get ready to stop. On to the next question. When approaching a crosswalk where children are crossing, you must stop until the crosswalk is clear. Always stop for pedestrians, especially children in or near crosswalks. Next question. When is it legal to use a mobile phone while driving? When using a hands-free device. This allows you to stay focused on the road while using your phone legally. Let's continue. If your accelerator becomes stuck, you should shift to neutral and apply the brakes. This will help you regain control of your vehicle until you can pull over safely. Next question. If a pedestrian is in a crosswalk when the traffic signal turns green, you should wait until the pedestrian has crossed the bridge. Pedestrians always have the right of way in a crosswalk. Moving on to the next one. At a four-way stop, which driver has the right of way? The driver who arrives first. If two drivers arrive at the same time, the vehicle on the right goes first. Next question coming up. What is the speed limit when driving in an alley unless otherwise posted? 15 miles per hour. This lower limit ensures safety due to the narrow and often unpredictable nature of alleys. Let's keep going. How far must you park from a fire hydrant in California? At least 15 feet. This allows firefighters to access the hydrant in case of an emergency. Next question. What should you do if you approach a school bus with flashing red lights? Stop until the lights stop flashing. This is the law, as children may be getting on or off the bus. Moving on to the next one. When is it legal to make a U-turn in a residential district? When no vehicles are approaching within 200 feet, this prevents accidents and ensures you have enough space to complete the turn safely. Let's continue. What does a white painted curb indicate? Passenger loading and unloading only. It's a zone where you can only stop briefly to let passengers in or out. What should you do when driving in fog? Use low beam headlights. High beams reflect off the fog, making it harder to see. Low beams help avoid this. Let's keep going. What does a solid red traffic light mean? Stop completely. Red means stop. Always obey traffic signals to keep the roads safe. On to the next one. When are road surfaces most slippery? During the first few minutes of rain. The rain mixes with oil and dirt on the road, creating a slick surface. Next one coming up. When can you pass another vehicle on the right? When the other vehicle is making a left turn, you can pass when it's safe and legal to do so, and the other vehicle is turning left. Let's move to the next one. What is the legal BIC limit for drivers under 21? 0.01%. California has a zero tolerance policy for drivers under 21 with alcohol in their system. Next question. Before changing lanes, you should check mirrors and blind spots. This ensures that the lane you're changing into is clear and safe. Let's continue. What should you do if your vehicle begins to skid? Take your foot off the accelerator. This will help you regain control and avoid further sliding. On to the next question. When parking downhill with a curb, which way should your front wheels face? Toward the curb. This will prevent your car from rolling into traffic if it starts moving. Next one. Here we go. A red and white triangular sign at an intersection means yield. This sign indicates that you must give the right of way to other drivers. Let's move on. What should you do when you see a yellow school zone sign? Slow down and prepare to stop. This sign indicates a school zone where you need to reduce your speed and watch for children. Next question coming up. A pedestrian starts to cross the street after the don't walk signal begins flashing. You should wait for the pedestrian to finish crossing. It's important to wait for pedestrians to clear the crosswalk before continuing. Let's keep going. When approaching a railroad crossing with no warning devices and limited visibility, you should slow down, listen, and look in both directions. This ensures you can stop safely if a train is approaching. Next one coming your way. What is the speed limit near railroad tracks when not otherwise posted? 15 miles per hour. This lower speed limit helps you react in case a train is approaching. Let's keep going. What is the legal distance for signaling before turning or changing lanes? At least 100 feet. This gives other drivers enough time to react to your intentions. On to the next one. When are you allowed to cross a double solid yellow line? When making a left turn into or out of a driveway. Double solid yellow lines mean no passing except when turning. Next question coming up. When may you legally drive using only your parking lights? Never. Parking lights are only for when your car is parked, not for driving. Let's move on. If you are involved in a collision, what must you do? Stop, exchange information, and report the accident. You are required by law to stop and exchange details with the other party, as well as report the incident if necessary. Next question coming up. When two vehicles meet on a steep road where neither can pass, who must yield? The vehicle facing downhill. The vehicle going downhill must yield because it has less control and may have a harder time starting again. Let's move on. What should you do if you see a flashing red traffic signal? Come to a full stop and proceed when safe. This is like a stop sign. Always come to a full stop and proceed when it's safe. On to the next one. When parking uphill on a two-way street with no curb, which way do you turn your wheels? Toward the side of the road. Turning your wheels toward the side of the road helps prevent your car from rolling into traffic if it starts moving. Let's keep going. What does a yellow diamond-shaped sign typically indicate? Warning of a potential hazard. This type of sign alerts you to possible dangers ahead, like sharp turns or pedestrian crossings. Next question coming up. When may you use a cell phone while driving? Only with hands-free equipment. Using a hands-free device is the only legal way to use a phone while driving to avoid distractions. Let's continue. What is the penalty for refusing a chemical test when suspected of DUI? Suspension of your driver's license. Refusing a chemical test automatically results in a license suspension as part of California's implied consent law. Next question. Before entering a roundabout, you must yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Yielding to vehicles already in the roundabout ensures a smooth flow of traffic and prevents accidents. On to the next one. What should you do if your accelerator becomes stuck? Shift to neutral and brake gently. This will stop the vehicle from accelerating uncontrollably and allow you to safely pull over. Next question coming up. When can you drive in a bike lane? When preparing to make a turn within 200 feet. You may enter a bike lane only when preparing to make a turn, but not if it's occupied by cyclists. Let's keep going. When approaching an emergency vehicle with flashing lights stopped on the roadside, you must move over or slow down. You are required to move over or slow down to ensure the safety of emergency personnel. Next question. What does a flashing yellow traffic light mean? Proceed with caution. It's a warning to slow down and be aware of potential hazards in the intersection. Let's continue. If your vehicle begins to hydroplane, you should ease off the gas and steer straight. This helps regain control of your vehicle. Avoid braking or making sharp turns while hydroplaning. Next one coming up. When merging onto the freeway, you should match the speed of freeway traffic. To safely merge, adjust your speed to match the flow of traffic on the freeway. Let's move on. What should you do if traffic lights are not working at an intersection? Treat it like a four-way stop. If the lights are out, all drivers must stop and proceed with caution, taking turns. Coming up, you must notify the DMV within 5 days if you sell or transfer your vehicle. You are required to notify the DMV if you sell or transfer ownership of your vehicle within 5 days. Let's continue. What should you do if a tire blows out while driving? Hold the steering wheel firmly and slow down gradually. This helps you maintain control of the vehicle and reduce speed safely until you can pull over.